Peace and love, family. Peace, peace, peace. Can everybody hear me? Burn and learn. Started these smoke sessions. Alright, burn and learn. Yeah, y'all gotta go somewhere with that good morning. Rich rising, okay? Rich rolling, wealth rising. Alright, peace and love, okay? Alright, cool. So, yeah, and it took me some time too to understand the negatives of a good morning. So, I understand, it's all a transition. Once I learned that the word good morning was a negative connotation, once I learned that I don't tell my kids to be nice, I don't never say that, because once I learned what the real word nice meant, nice means stupid. So, just words that we have to learn the meaning of. Yeah, so I used to say the same thing. I'd be like, hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. And I learned like, oh man, a good morning. Okay, to mourn. Some people say, well, it's spelled different. Well, the sound is still the same. All right, it's never good to mourn. So you want to say good rising, rich rising. And I know the whole woke movement has kind of watered down a lot of things, and a lot of people hear words like, oh, I hate that rich rising, I ain't no biscuit. There's a lot of low frequencies out there, and when we try to heighten it, sometimes we got to go against that. So I say rich rising, I might say rich rolling, okay? I might say grand rising, because we like the sun. We have to be in the image of the sun, okay? The sun rises, the sun goes down, comes up, goes down, well, really don't never go down, technically, all right? But the sun rises. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this live, again, burn and learn. All right, for those that are at work, just try to get the message if you can. For those that are at home right now, okay, just kind of get your notes out. I know we're early, but I'll be up like at 4 in the morning, so. Oh, no, thank you, guys, thank you. Thank you for not, some people, when you tell them, well, they be like, oh my God, y'all just so overly woke. A lot of folks be like that, but thank you for receiving the info, because we're just here to elevate, so imagine just being around a lot of people, okay, a lot of folks that are literally on the same frequency, giving you, hey goddess, one thing I don't say no more is queen. You know what I'm saying? Once I learned, I'm trying to get out of, because once I understand we are gods and goddesses, okay? Gods and goddesses, meaning we are from God. We are God. God is within us. Okay, so we're just like the son of God. You see how that works? The son of God. God damn, hey Kofu. Jeez. God dang, gotta get him up out of here quick. Who said him? Golly. But yeah, the son of God. So you got the son of God, right? That's just crazy. I was like, what was that? Like, who sent him? But yeah, the son of God. We think it's Jesus. Okay? The son of God is the son of God. It can be whatever name you want to put on it. Okay? It could be whatever you wanted to put on it. Okay? All right, but you have to remember, we have to be in the image of the sun. The sun gives light, right? Without the sun, certain plants can't grow. If certain plants can't grow, certain species wouldn't be alive. So you got to understand how powerful the sun is. That's why when we pray, the first thing we do is look up, because we don't understand our ancestors, no matter which background you come from, your ancestors prayed to the sun. See, when lower folks hear that, we hear, oh, it's the Son of God. That's his son. And the Son is our Lord. Because we don't understand, it's the Son that we're worshiping. The Son gives us everything we need. Right or wrong? Right. But you got to remember, our sun is a star. So you got to remember, this galaxy has many stars. So there's many suns. Okay? It's huge out here, y'all. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's, man. But anyways, but that's why we say rich rising, you know, because, yeah, we are the sun people from the sun. Okay? Even the Bible talks about Helios Biblios. That means sun papers. I'm going to say it again. Helios Biblios, Holy Bible, means sun papers. Meaning it was papers for the people of the sun. Yeah. I know, y'all. It's a lot of information that I was on a lot of this information before I tapped into the laws, right? So it ain't new. Ain't new at all. Now, it might be new for a lot of folks, which is okay. But one thing about it is you want to start your journey for sure. For sure. Okay? So, today, all right, we're talking about violations in contracts. Okay? Violations in contracts. Yeah, Helios. Helios meaning Helios does what? Rises, right? Meaning you're not living like a child of God if you're not elevating. And you can't elevate it if you're around the same low frequencies. That's where demons take place. That's what the devil lies in the lower frequency, in the lower chakras. Okay? When you vibrating high, okay, you're elevating. All right, you got your helium. Okay? All right, and that's all. Now I understand how powerful the Bible is, not even from a religious standpoint. Forget being religious. Okay? Forget the name Jesus. Okay, they just use that name as the character. All right, you got to know there was the Son. The Son was here before Jesus. Oh, don't let that go over your head. The Son was here before Jesus. I'm gonna let y'all marinate on that a little bit. I know church was yesterday. I'm gonna let y'all marinate on that just a tad little bit. Just a tad little bit. The Son was here before Jesus. Right? The Son was here before Muhammad. Think about it. Think about it. Okay? So you got to understand, yes, you got to understand Jesus was a representation of you. Meaning you got to live through the name. The Son had a name. The name was Jesus. Okay? But the Son was the creation. We are the Son. Okay? We are the Son. And we must create a name. We must live through our name. Okay? We must live through our name. So think about it. What is our name? What is our government name? What is the government name for the, let's just say, what is the spiritual name for the Son? Some people call it Jesus. Some people call it Jesus. They be like the Son of God. Or they be like the Most High. Ain't nothing higher than the Son. Y'all see the phrases? Now, if I was to be in church and be like, ain't nothing higher than the Son, folks will be thinking I'm talking about Jesus. But on the real frequency, nothing is higher than the Son. Meaning the Son gives everything you have is because the Son. Y'all know how this world would be if we didn't have the Sun? Vitamin D. Think about it. Your God is the Sun. That's the light. Okay? With no light, you can't see. Not even talking about seeing like physically, like meaning your frequency isn't high enough to see certain things. Always being in the dark. Let there be light. Okay? So you got to understand, God sent the Son. The first time God sent the Son was the Son. Okay? And everything after that was created. Again, I'm not a pastor or nothing like that. I'm just kind of showing y'all how a lot of this stuff is private banker talk, to be honest with you. Okay? Private banker talk, to be honest with you. That Bible is a creditor's manual. And if you knew me 4 years ago, I was a guy saying, man, F the Bible. Don't read that nonsense. Yeah. Anybody that follow me remember, I used to be like, F the Bible. Forget that nonsense. What? That ain't for us. We were slaves when that book, you know, saying all that uninformed, low, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm reading it. Now I'm saying like, hey, yo, this is talking about debtors and creditors. Exactly. That's why we praise the Son. Now, that's why we was called Son people. We praise the Son. For sure. Okay? But now, how does the Bible correlate with contracting? The Bible gives you literally step by step on how to handle corporations. And again, this isn't Bible study. I'm just showing you because you got to understand how to visualize or see violations in contracts. For instance, let's say I'm in a contract, right? Because a lot of people scream discrimination. A lot of people scream discrimination. Okay? But you got to remember, if you're going to scream discrimination in contract, and again, this is not legal advice. Okay? I'm not a lawyer. We're just having a conversation. Okay, but if you want to scream discrimination, you got to prove discrimination. Now, if I send off my documents and they don't abide by my documents, family, I have to still prove discrimination. I got to prove who I am, what position I'm in. Okay, I got to prove that they understood who I am and I made it known who I am and they ignore me. All right, now I got to prove how it's affecting me. If I don't cover those bases, a violation has not been committed. Do y'all understand that? I'm going to say it again. All right? I can't scream a violation if I can't prove the violation and show how the violation is affecting me. A lot of y'all can just kind of say, well, I'm being violated. They ain't taking my stuff. Okay, but how is it affecting you? Business-wise. Now, I can't give you legal advice. Okay, but how is it affecting you on a business level? Okay, so now let's remember, if we understand our basic consumer rights, okay, our basic consumer rights, some of those rights, and I hope y'all are writing these down, okay, your basic consumer rights, just write down basic consumer rights, because when you get off this live, I really want you to go Google this stuff. All right, basic consumer rights. Some of your basic consumer rights is your rights to be heard. Your right to be heard. I used to roll like huge blunts. Like now that I roll smaller blunts, it's like I feel it more. This shit crazy. It's mind blowing actually. Okay. All right. So let's talk about discrimination. Okay. Now again, I can't give you legal advice. I'm not a lawyer. But let's just say I was a guy and I went into a contract, right? Can everybody hear me good? I went into a contract. Okay. I went into a contract and literally I didn't read anything. Remember, really follow me, y'all. Let's say I go into a contract, I didn't read anything, right? I got the keys to the car. Okay, let's say 5 months later, I saw a guy like myself on camera talking about these laws. Okay, Once I understood my basic consumer rights, meaning I got the right to redress, because I should have read my contract from the get-go, but that's fine. I didn't. I can't go back in time. The only thing I can do is correct the current situation. And by correcting the current situation, I have to go read my contract. All right, so then I'm going to read my contract and see things in there like words like security interests. I'm going to see words like you promise to give all proceeds to them. Okay, I'm going to see things like all my insurance proceeds will be withheld with them. So as I'm reading these things, one of the couple of things I remember reading and seeing is, well, what proceeds are they talking about? What are they talking about? They can withhold my proceeds. Because I know the understanding of proceeds means, to me, profit. Meaning if I go make a sale on something, what were the proceeds? So if I'm reading my contract and the corporation is telling me that I promise that they can keep my proceeds, you see what I'm saying? I instantly became confused. You see what I'm saying? I instantly became confused. And of course, it's a bunch of stuff on the contract, but you got to start latching on to words. Because if I see this word, I see this word. Okay, proceeds. All right? They're saying they can keep my insurance proceeds as well. Like, whoa, what are they talking about? They can even keep my interest. Like, what are they talking about? Exactly. Proceeds is interest. Exactly. So let's say I'm a guy, enter a contract. 4 months later, I start reading these things. All right. I stumble upon my basic consumer rights. Some of my basic consumer rights are my rights to be heard, my rights to choose, my rights to safety. Okay. My rights to redress. Okay. And one of the most important ones is my right to be informed. Meaning they can't give me misinformation. Now let me ask y'all a question. Can they give me misinformation if I don't ask for anything? Somebody said yes. False. Really, I'm going to ask the question again. If I don't ask for anything, can they give me misinformation? For it to be misinformation, I had to have asked for something and got redirected. I'm talking about somebody that don't know what's going on. I'm talking about somebody that walk in and just say, hey, I need a car. If they just say, hey, here's the contract, and you don't read it and you just sign it, did they just misdirect you? Somebody said they had to inform you. Yes, they have to inform you on what you know. That's why, y'all, that is the matrix. They have to inform you on based off what your capacity to contract is. There is no informing you if you don't ask. You don't just walk in somewhere and they just lay everything out because they put the basics out there. They put it in front of you. You misdirected yourself. Exactly. When you go in there thinking that they're supposed to do all the work for you, you misdirected yourself. Exactly. If I walk in and say I need a car, they're going to be like, okay, here. How you like those numbers? 2,000 down, 350 a month. We can get you out of here today. Come on now. Come on, man. That's why I say you got to have the mentality, family. If you don't understand that, you're going to just be looking at it from a skeleton standpoint. Like, well, they didn't tell me. They didn't know. What? Why didn't you know? Why didn't you ask? You see what I'm saying? It's always us, family. It will start with us. It's going to finish with us. We're the creators. We can create bad. We can create good. Even in the Bible, God created something, and what did he or she have to do? Wipe it away. Had to hit that delete button. Whole damn cities. Like, damn, I do make mistakes. Let me erase all this. I don't know who the hell said God don't make no mistakes. Shit. What? Of course it's not a mistake if I wipe it away and make you forget about it. Hit you with the Men in Black pen. Pew! You see what I'm saying? Of course, if you don't have no mistakes, how do you learn? God got a big ass delete button. Pew! What? Big ass delete button. What? What are you talking about? God don't make no mistakes. Did God tell you that? Or did a peasant tell you the great God never makes mistakes? Shut up. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? There's plenty of instances where the Creator made a mistake. We make mistakes all the damn time. Okay? We make mistakes all the time. To be a creator, you have to make mistakes. How can you be a supreme creator and never make mistakes? They don't even sound right. That's why I say, who the hell told us this peasant level, like, God don't make no mistakes? Yes, everything happens for a reason, but there are mistakes made. Exactly. All right? Exactly. Okay? So understand that. Contracts, right? If I'm in my contract, okay, and if I don't ask for anything, remember, I needed a car real bad. I needed a house real bad. I needed somewhere to put my babies real bad. I don't got time to read. So was I misdirected? I was so desperate to get the keys, I didn't even do my business portion. Why y'all think so many rappers and so many artists get into contracts that are lopsided? Because they be so desperate. Same way with a person going to get a car. Folks be so desperate, don't even read the contract. And then years later, like, man, they got me in this, man, all this money for this car. Yo, you signed the contract. Somebody said mistakes are made not by God, but by people. Well, Neo Souls, who created God? Before we get too deep, who created God? Did God tell you who created God? Really think about that. Before you answer, just really think about that. Who or what created God? Think about it. Because I know you don't have that answer. Yeah, people don't like those questions. I remember asking my mama, Mom, who's God's dad? In the Bible, it talks about God getting angry. If you don't make mistakes, why are you getting angry? Come on now. Jealous? Why are you jealous? I feel like there's a man twist on the Bible, but I don't, what? So if the God is jealous, that lets me know God isn't perfect. Yeah, I know. That's what I said. So many low people can create imaginary views of God is perfect. No, don't you say nothing. Y'all got to understand, that's the whole slave and slave master view. You're not a slave to God. God never said that. So why do y'all feel like y'all are a slave to God? You need to understand God. Yeah, you got to understand God. Yeah. Talking some God. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Come on now. Is we going to have the conversation or are we not going to have the conversation? Think about it. Think about it. You wasn't supposed to be a slave to God. You were supposed to carry out God's word. You was a messenger. Yo. What's up? You hungry? Man, your eyes still closed. All right, I'm about to come in there and give you some fruit. All right, yeah, don't wake her up. All right. right? Yeah. So you got to understand which portion of God do you understand? Because if it just stops at, I'm not trying to figure God out, that's where you fail at. No, don't wake Ice. Don't wake her up. I said, don't wake her up. Yeah, don't come back out that door. All right, I'm back out. My bad. Nah, you want to get on that game. All right, but yeah, so yeah, I'm over here trying to hide y'all. That's why I be in the car early, man. My kid know how to open doors now. At first, I could just duck off. You know what I'm saying? Now my boy know how to open doors, and he'll walk up on the car like, you can't even see his face. You just see his hand. All right, but anyways, back to it. We're gonna stay on track, okay? We're gonna stay on track. So understanding violations. Remember, if you don't ask for certain things in the contract, they don't have to give it to you, right or wrong. Right. For y'all that feel, well, they should. That's that entitlement in you. You got to get that entitlement out of you. People don't just do things just because you show up. You got to show up and show out. I don't know what kind of community y'all from, but the community y'all from, you got to show up and show out. Okay, meaning show up and perform. Meaning, yes, you're there, but what is your capacity? What is your capacity? Okay? Because if I go into a contract and I am living from a credit score database, and I'm living from I'm a borrower database, or I'm a sinner database, because a sinner is right next to a borrower. A borrower is right next to a debtor. Don't y'all remember the prayers? Okay? Forgive us of our debts as we forgive the debtor. Because long as I forgive the debtor, the debt should be forgiven. Really think about that. Yeah, we're not lenders and we're not borrowers. We're creators. We're the gods. And when you read the Constitution, when it says, in God we trust, or on your dollar bills, in God we trust, meaning the corporations trust us. Our credit worthiness is already there if we have capacity to contract. Think about it. You got to go deep. Deeper than deep. You got to go deep. Okay? And if you ain't looking at it from that aspect, 10 times out of 10, you're losing in life. That's what it is, family. There's no else reason why these words would just match the way it do. You think we about to unmatch it and say, no, they don't go there, but it does make sense though. No. In God we trust. They're talking about the people. When you read the Constitution, it literally starts off, we the people. The people are the gods. We can wake up, crust on our face, breath stank, body odor funky as hell, go walk to a bank, go apply for credit, and boom. See what I'm saying? What did the book say? Come as you are. I ain't never seen a bank that say I can't apply because my shirt looking like this. And some of y'all know what I'm talking about. You know the part kids with shirt be hanging off their shoulder and shit. I ain't never. All right, matter of fact, next time I go apply for something, I'm gonna be looking dusty as hell, and watch, I'm gonna get approved. Because I can come as I am. Because my name holds weight. Just like Jesus' name hold weight. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Okay? Straight up. So, when you kind of think about it, all right, in God we trust. Who the hell is we? That's the corporation talking. Y'all gotta remember, it's two sides on the counter, right? All right, it's us and it's them. The creator and the debtors. The creditor and the borrower. So think about it. When they're saying, in God we trust, the corporation is dead. So you gotta think, who is the gods that the corporation is talking? The people. The people are the lifelines to the corporations. That's why when people be saying things like, they're gonna kill us, shut up. They need us. What are you talking about? They need us to walk in and put our socials. You see what I'm saying? No, they don't need us to work. They got robots and AIs. But they need us to go and give them the credits. So they can go to the window, boop, 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 boop. Hey, I'm here for Shauna J. Anderson. She want this new car. She want this new Honda is $70,000. Here's her authorization papers. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's why they let everybody come over here. Like, yo, come on. Come to America. We'll get you right. Get you an EIN. Come on. Come over here. And we think it's new. Don't y'all know America has always been a place that foreigners came to trade? See, we thought they were just talking about trading beans and trading stock. Uh-oh. I done stumbled on it. Y'all know they tell the low and poor folks they was trading cows and hay and beans and herbs. But they weren't talking about the stock. The private stock exchange. Don't y'all know it was immigrants that was coming over here paying $5 to be classified as an Indian? So you could be from Ireland, be a poor person from Ireland, come over here, pay the $5 on toll, and if you don't believe me, look up a $5 Indian. Okay? You can pay $5 to be classified as an Indian, Native American, and you could receive your 40 acres and a mule. Okay? All right, while all that was going on, you had a lot of Negroes, or you had a lot of natives that was actually from there that started classing. They find themselves as African American. Well, due to plenty of things. All right, but I'm just letting you know how easy it was for you to come over here and boom, get set up. They've been doing this for a minute, y'all. That's what I'm saying. This is not new. That's what it's not going to change. Folks been coming over here trading stocks since the beginning of the United States creation. I think the United States was created specifically for that. They was like, yo, we need somewhere we can trade our own damn stocks. Okay? And there's a lot of history that was already here. The Indians were not the Moors. There you go. Yeah. And y'all see how we didn't mean to get this deep, y'all. But you see how the rabbit hole, you know, once that's why, and I try to tell people, you can't just say one thing because another person will come behind and say, yep, and the Indians is Moors. And I'm like, nope, shut up. That is not right. Okay? Ain't no Native American tribe has ever identified themselves as Moors. So let's go ahead and keep that separated. I know they say we all in this together, don't you know? All right, but it's not, okay? The tribes here viewed dark-skinned foreigners as European. The first European were dark skins. So nowadays when we say, you ain't nothing but a European, you love them Europeans, we think it's just white people. But the very first Europeans were brown. So the very first time you heard, well, them Europeans came over here and tried to take shit over. They wasn't talking about the white Europeans. They was talking about the dark-skinned Europeans. And the dark-skinned Europeans sent over the white Europeans. And that's where we gonna stop having that conversation, because that's a conversation for another damn day. Okay? Conversation for another damn day that a lot of folks just ain't ready for. Okay, so let's keep it on contracts. So contracts, if I'm in a contract and I see that there's a violation, all right, where's Infinite? Indians have never called themselves Moors, bro. A Moor told you that. Okay, I will give you the number to real tribal leaders, family. Okay, that never identified as Moors. Okay, that has never been, family. The Moors is trying to tell folks that they came here because that was the whole plan from the get-go. And I don't want to talk about this, but I'm real passionate about it, because I done been all over the place trying to get to a point of a situation where, okay, this is home. But every time I find new information, I'm like, oh, damn, I got to kind of eject. Okay? And the first natives were not Moors, family. Okay? Moors was not here in the beginning. That's what I'm trying to tell folks. That new Moor, okay, that is from over there. I know they try to say Morocco was here. Not their Morocco. Not their. And any tribal leader, any real tribe will get offended, family. That's what I'm saying. It's not no, well, I got proof that if you don't got no, bro, it ain't about no new info, family. If you don't got no tribal leaders, okay? I know a woman. All right, she lives in Texas, but yes, to us, she lives in Texas, but she'll tell you she lives in West Florida. Let me say that again. Okay, I know a woman that lives in West Florida. She gonna tell you she lives in West Florida. To us, she lives in Texas, because it was a point in time where Florida stretched all the way out to Texas. There was no damn Texas. Okay? So she identifies as a Floridian, not even a Floridian. All right, she goes by her original tribe. Okay, and again, we asked her. All right, well, did your great-great-grandfather identify as a Moor? And literally, she said no tribe identified nobody as Moor. We called them Europeans. They didn't say Moor, family. Family, you can send me anything you want, family. I already know what the tribe is, family. I'm not coming from a Moor standpoint. We're not Moors, family. Okay? You can send me all the new information in the world. Okay? No real tribal leader that's on the floor, okay, that's on the ground, okay, ever identified as no Moor. When you find me a tribal leader that's here, okay? All right? Okay? I'm trying to tell you. Moors hired white Europeans to infiltrate. It was divide and conquer. Okay? That's the real truth of everything. It was brown on brown crime. Okay? The Moors couldn't come over here and just set up shop, so all they could do was come over here and trade. Alright, but, to my acknowledgement, they was haters. Alright, we had our own thing going on. You feel what I'm saying? Alright, I don't know what was going over there in Europe. Okay? Because we had our own thing going on over here. Okay, we had our own battles going on. You feel what I'm saying? Moors came over here, thought we were supposed to move out the way because they had whatever they had over there in Morocco. Okay? Now, so what they had to do, they had to go over there and teach white folks how to row boats, build boats, do math. You see what I'm saying? That's the missing link. The Moors is the one. That's how y'all always hear, well, we taught them this. The American Indians didn't teach them anything. We didn't need to teach them nothing. They wasn't over here. Exactly. We didn't need to teach them anything. We was nice to them. When they came over here, hey man, oh shit, what's up? What you need? What's up? Hey, what up? That's how we was. Because people think when the white Europeans came in, it was just battle. No, it wasn't. We rolled out the red carpet because that's how we were. We had everything we needed. Pull up on us. It's going down in America. Pull up on March 23rd. And you got folks shipping in. Y'all know we had the world, what is it, the world circus, y'all. People from around the world used to fly, oops. People around the world used to fly. All right, they ain't gonna tell you that, but boat it in, okay? You had folks shipping in. We had fairs, world fairs. Moors hated that shit. They hated it. We wasn't no Moors. Saying we Moors is basically eliminating all the history. That's like when you come and rename a state. Yeah. Remember. Yeah, you're right. Kobe. Remember, y'all, it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't have anything to do with your remedy. Remember, Moor, Native, White, Spanish, Black, Brown, Green. Remember, we're all still dealing with contract. We're just having a discussion because a lot of folks feel like, and that wasn't even supposed to be the conversation, but you know, I just need to explain. I know it's a lot of Moors out there that's trying to convince the originals that we're Moor. Okay? You got tribes here that's older than the name Moor. That's what I'm saying. For y'all that think we're Moors, was the very first tribe called Moor? Come on. And that's when I knew I cracked the code, family. Forget the laws. I was cracking 2 codes at one time. I was like, oh, damn, I done figured out the slave trade. Damn. Somebody want us to put all the blame on white people. Who could it be? Now, we're not taking nothing from the bad white people that did things to us, but when you understand how few white people there are, okay, and then you got folks that fix their mouth and say all white people brung all the brown people here came from Africa. Do you not know how stupid we sound? You mean to tell me every single brown person I see got brought over here by a white person? For y'all that haven't been around the world, okay, a lot of the world is shades, okay? All right? You don't ever see white people saying, hey, I control you. I created you. Y'all notice that? You never see white people say that. But you got a lot of brown folks that feel like that. That shit crazy. It's crazy when you think about it. Think about it. Who told us we came here on boats? We told each other that. Well, you know we got brought over here on them boats. Now you got to think that there's more white people than brown people. Do y'all not know the manpower that it would have to take for white Europeans to bring over that many Africans? I'm waiting for the Africans countries to come forth and tell their side. But they're indoctrinated in a whole nother way that us Americans don't even understand. Man. Yeah, everyone is. Yeah. No. It's and I'm here to say we're all the same. All right. My view right now, okay, white people, there's no such thing as white people. There's no such thing as black people. I feel like we're all different shades of melanin. You've never seen a white person, okay? Every white person you see has a type of tan to them. Rather it's reddish, rather it's a high white, but you never seen like a pale person. They got some type of melanin in them. Meaning, y'all, we're all the same, family. Okay, yes, that word black, that word white, because it instantly puts you in the category. Now, when you identify as black, you instantly look at white as the oppressor. You see what I'm saying? And that's not right. That's not true. Okay, did y'all know there was a lot of white people that were slaves? Oh snap! We done stumbled. Let me light up. Hold on. Let me light up on. Let me light up right quick. We almost out. Oh snap. Y'all didn't know. Y'all didn't know. I feel it. I feel like y'all didn't know that. I feel like y'all didn't know that. Comment 1 if you did not know that. And don't lie. Don't lie. All right. And I'm saying that to show how we're all in this together. I'm not saying this to kind of take fault from what has happened. I'm just letting you know, family, we are uninformed. Okay. Look, somebody said they chick Choctaw Indian straight out of Mississippi and got the land passed to prove it. Well, let me ask you, friend, does any of your people identify with Moor? Meaning your grandfather, not your new one. You know what I'm saying? Like your great. Well, did they ever identify Moor? And if you can, go to your elders and ask them, hey, how did y'all view Moors? Because the story that I'm getting from tribe leaders is that the Moors were European. They didn't call them Moor. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That wasn't the name. That wasn't the name. That wasn't the name. We didn't say, oh, Moor. That's some new shit. That's some new shit. We said European. Meaning, where are you from, Moor? Y'all gotta think, we didn't say Moor. That's not how we talked. That's new. That's new. Yeah, like I say, and again, I'm open to information, fam. I'm open to information. You know what I'm saying? It's just like right now, from the evidence that I came up or built up and got the kind of validated, tribal leaders here did not view Moors as Moors. They viewed them as Europeans. Yeah, so then that's why I was talking about the $5 Indians. You had some immigrants that came over and did indentured service work. Because y'all got to remember, when the slave trade was going on, and I'm going to bring it back to contract, y'all, so just keep following me. I'm going to bring it back to contract. Just keep following me. All right, the slave trade. Y'all got to remember, there were Africans that were, did y'all know, different countries in Africa, right? If you owed a debt to somebody that was rich, right? Y'all got to remember, y'all know how today we got people that you can sign up for a booking agency and they can have your whole trip planned out. You can sign up for a catering service. They can have everything. So look at it like indentured service was like a catering service. Okay? Meaning you had corporations that was going around saying, hey, does anybody have anybody that can do indentured service work? And if you had money and had somebody that owed you, you know what I'm saying? You gonna talk to them like, hey, yo, listen, your family owe me this amount of much. How about this? You go work with Mr. ... over there in the new lands. Okay, he gonna bring you back and all your debts will be covered. Y'all gotta remember, that's how it started. It was no white people coming out, cutting people from trees and hold it up, give me every motherfucker. It was not like that, family. It was not like that. It was a business that was going on. Okay, it was a business. And these folks that was indentured trustees didn't go in as slaves. They went there thinking, okay, yo, I'm about to, exactly, debt prison. Okay? Now, that's why new laws got passed and said you cannot be in prison over a debt. You can only be in prison if you kill, steal, destroy. You cannot get locked up for owing somebody. Involuntary slavery is illegal. Meaning I can't volunteer you to go pay off debts that you owe me. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what was going on. And after that, it kept going on. That's why it was considered slavery. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta really understand, fam. There's a lot of information that they kept out. I just started off by thinking like, damn, how many boats they had? Then I started thinking, where all these damn slave boats at? Because I know one thing about racist white folks, they gonna celebrate something. All right, y'all know they used to cut up, you know, folks back in the day, they cut you up, they put your ear inside of a postcard, you know, cut you up and have a souvenir for you. You see what I'm saying? That's the crazy white folks. Now, not all white folks are like that. Just like we got some crazy brown folks, okay? Not all brown folks is like that, okay? But you got to think. So if this slave trade was so huge, where is this museum. I'm trying to find some KKK members so I can ask, hey, how you doing? I just want to ask, where is y'all slave museum at? Do I got to have some kind of Klan card? Okay, because one thing I know is y'all gonna have a museum for something. All right, where are these slave boats at? So many. That's how I was able to debunk all the brown people you see here were already here. What happened was there was a long instance of divide and conquer. We think white folks came here, turned things upside down, and done it. That is not true. That's not true. Where are the boats? Where the flags? Where the chief members at? Where the captain of these boats? When have you ever not known whites, quote unquote, to not say, hey, it is I was the man of this ship. You see what I'm saying? Khazarians? Oh, I don't know what that is. I'm gonna do my research. Yeah, you're right. I do got to find another word for white, because white is just like black. So I can't be like quote unquote black folks and then be saying white folks. So yeah, you're right. We're not colors. We're not crayons. But yeah. So where are these Khazarian ship captains? Okay, where they at? Yeah. Where they at? And that's how I know, okay, there was no damn boats. Which brought me over to the Indian Removal Act. Do y'all not hear that? Can y'all say that out loud for me? The Indian Removal Act. And it's like, we don't realize things are right in front of our face. The Indian Removal Act. Y'all heard of the Trail of Tears? It's like we don't even, it's like we gloss over it. We don't even talk about it. How y'all think they built all these railroads? To be honest with you, I think a lot of railroads was already here. But to use the railroad, you had to have access to the land. And if there's a tribe there that's in the middle of that railroad, you got to do what? You got to remove that tribe. You can't do it forcibly. What do you got to do? You got to do it by parliament. You got to do it by documentation, by law. Now you got folks coming to your door. Hey, we got a 24-hour notice. Y'all got to get the hell up out of here. Y'all got 24 hours. It's just like an eviction. Meaning a landlord, somebody can't just come and remove you, right? They got to go through court. And the sad thing is, you had some tribes that signed treaties 100 years before, right? That can't get out treaty now, and they didn't know how to readdress the treaty. You see what I'm saying, family? This shit is deep. Okay? The Indian Removal Act literally removed 100, and hear what I'm about to say. The Indian Removal Act removed 150,000, not people, tribes. I didn't even know it was that damn many tribes. I had to read it again. I said, huh? 150,000 groups? And that's how you got folks that live in California that got family members that's in down south. That's how you got down south folks that got family in Seattle. They got family in New York. How do y'all think that's connected? It's not because of damn slavery. We put so much power on slavery, not understanding, family, it was only so long. 150,000 tribes. Each tribe might have no less than 1,000 people. So do you see what I'm saying? So many so imagine 500 years later, your family really from Florida, but y'all done been in Seattle so long, you don't even know y'all from Florida no more. You might say things, well, I think we got some family members down there, but we don't really got ties with them like that. We kind of, folks say that shit today. You say that today, exactly, bro. That's 150,000 different farms. If I remove you, that's 150,000 locations that are up for grabs. Up for grabs. Those locations probably have rivers, railroads. Because why do we think railroads were just built when Europeans came? How the hell y'all think we got our stuff around? Horses? You see how they just eliminate our history? That's why we can't let Moors come in here and say, no, this is Morocco. No, it is not Morocco. No, it ain't. No, it's not. Until we learn what was here first, then we'll throw a label on there. Okay? Yeah, all the landlockers. Yeah, you have folks from the world coming over. Oh, damn, let me go. And that's how you get all these foreigners that's men are like, yeah, my dad bought some land here back in 1600, in 1800. A lot of things went down in the 1800s. That's why I said, can somebody look up when did the $5 Indian Act? I don't know if that's an act, but I know it was a $5 dog that you could pay to become classified as Indian. Can y'all see what year that is? And I promise you it's in the 1800s. I promise you. I promise you. That's what I'm saying, y'all. It's so much information we don't know. That's why I say this is the greatest time to be alive, because I don't know how much longer this information just going to be. You feel me? Like, we're able to do this because we got the social media. But y'all know, just like me, these social medias is owned by private. The people don't own these social medias. Y'all do understand that, right? These are private corporations, meaning there's an individual that owns this, meaning they could get bought. The owner of Instagram could get bought. The owner of TikTok can get bought. YouTube can get bought. They probably already are. You see what I'm saying? That's why I said right now is the greatest time to be alive, because like I say, whatever is going on in the big rooms, okay, right now there's a thrust of information being thrust to the people. It's like a grab if you can. Okay? This is like the gold rush right now. Meaning the gold rush was, you could literally, for free, take your ass anywhere that they say found gold and start digging. You didn't have to pay no fees, no taxes. Just get your stuff, get your man crew. All right, meet you out there in Montana, and we're going to be digging for the next couple of months. And whatever we find is profit. Look at that, like this information. The information is free, all right? Whatever you find, it's profit. Okay? All this information is free, y'all. This is some finders, keepers. Losers, weepers. And what do the losers do? Weep. What do people do that weep all day? Lose. Simple. Simple. Look, I don't even know what the Curtis Act is. Curtis. Nah, I gotta go read that. The Curtis Act. Yeah, I don't know what that is. But yeah, y'all, I'm sure there's more. I'm sure. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Before you get to throwing labels, hey, go read some of these acts first so you kind of understand how different parts were moved. If I can remove you, you're not going to remember your history. Now, by the time I get to your 5th generation, I can say you came here from Africa. Talking about they took our African lingo. No, they took our native lingos. We didn't speak African. We didn't speak African. That's not what we spoke. Why would we speak African if we're not from Africa? But you see how they throw that on us? And you got Native Americans walking around here saying they African Americans. But when they get to Africa, the real Africans laugh at them because it's like, yo, what part of Africa? African American? Are you Nigerian American? Are you Sudanese American? Okay, are you Ethiopian American? Because that's a country. African is a continent. Come on now. Come on now. Come on. You're probably more related to the Hispanic than you are the African. Just being real. Just being honest. just being honest, family. Okay, but back to contracts. Okay, when you're in a contract, family, when you're reading your contract, okay, you have to remember the burden is on you because you're the one that signed the contract. All right, so let's give back to the example. We talking about the guy. He entered the contract. He gets a car. A couple of months later, he starts reading his contract. He starts reading his contract. He starts seeing, damn, there are certain promises that I gave them that I didn't even really understand what promises I gave them. And that's why I love the 1962 Bill of Rights, because it's letting us correct our wrongs. Okay, we're able to correct our wrongs. Because yes, I made a mistake then. That's why, for God to understand we was going to make mistakes, God had to have made mistakes. Come on now. Come on. All you got to do is think about it, y'all. It's not no spooky mess, y'all. Y'all got to get out of this religious mindset like you can only think so far. Okay? You're here to learn. You're here to experience. Experience it all. There's not no information that you're forbidden from. Okay? The fruit has already been bitten on. The tree of knowledge has already been bitten on. It's here. Okay? No information is forbidden if it's beneficial to you. Okay? Yes, way deeper than religion. Way deeper than religion. Okay? Understand. For us to be able to make mistakes and learn from our mistakes, you mean to tell me we can do something that God can't? No, that's why I say that's false. I feel like God, he or she, or the unisents, okay, understand the mistakes. That's how you learn. You learn through mistakes. How many worlds did God have to make before God made this world? All right, you got to think deeper. All right, you got to think deeper. Okay? Because we think we was the first world ever made. What if we was the 5 trillion, dillion, cadillion, 348, 528th world to be made? You see what I'm saying? And no way we're made like the world before us was made, because if the universe adapts. A lot of us don't look at it like that. Okay? For sure. For sure, family. Alright, for sure. Okay, so let's say I'm able to redress my contract. I'm able to redress my contract. Okay? I see things in my contract that I can change. Long as I change something that's not affecting them, okay, it's good. Alright, because if I tell them, hey, I see something in my contract that's affecting me, I don't want to come out of pocket if I can just use the proceeds that I promised to you. Did y'all catch that? I'll say it again. Because I feel like I'm talking fast. Alright? If I reach out to them and I let them know, hey, I've been reading my contract. I see that my contract, it has a security interest with it. Okay? Now that I understand that, and my apologies for not seeing that before, okay? But I would like to go ahead and utilize the security. Okay, I would like to utilize the security to cover all debts owed, because it's more beneficial rather than me coming out of pocket and paying income if I can just use the security interest that's tied to it. I promise to give y'all all my proceeds, even my proceeds from my insurance. All right, so I think there's more than enough to go ahead and transfer. All right, transfer the security interest over to the account for the account to be set off. All right, do y'all understand that? Comment 1 if that kind of makes sense. I'm just kind of trying to say, again, I can't give you legal advice. I'm just kind of giving you kind of some type of rehearsal so you can kind of see what to look for and understand how it looks. All right, just comment 1 if that makes sense. Comment 2 if, man, like, yo, what are you talking about? Roll up again. Somebody said, what about the principal amount? What about it? Okay, so I'm reaching out to the corporation. I'm saying things like, I was reading my and this is how you come with good faith, family, because we're not trying to act like we know more than what we know. You know what I'm saying? I'm reaching out to the corporation. I'm saying, hey, I need to speak to somebody dealing with contracts. I was reading my contracts, and I understand there were some things that raised my eyebrow. Certain things that I didn't know before. I'm going to say it again. I was reading my contract, and I noticed certain things that I didn't notice before. Now, who did I put the blame on? Somebody say, is this the first step we take to establish independence? Why you say it so? You said it so. You said it like Patrick Henry. Give me liberty or give me death. Well, yeah, basically. But let's not kind of look at it so. Let's look at it simple, because this stuff is simple. All right, we just didn't read and we just didn't comprehend. When we comprehend and read, that's the first step of taking over independence, because if we don't read and comprehend, that means we're using somebody else's competence or somebody else's capacity, okay, to structure our lives. Anybody that's working a job is using somebody else's capacity to live their life. Meaning, if you're working a job or if you're running a business to pay a bill, that means you're living off somebody else's capacity. Okay? So yes, I'm letting them know, like, hey, I noticed something before. All right? I'm not going to say I was uninformed. I'm not going to tell them I was uninformed and signed the contract, because that's fraud. Y'all stay with me, family. I'm not saying they're going to sue you for fraud, but they can, because now you're saying, well, hey, no, I lied. Because contract asks you, are you 18? But 18 means, are you 18 or older, and do you have capacity to contract? If you said yes, and then come back and say, well, I was uninformed. Okay? I don't say things like that. I just say, hey, I made a mistake. I noticed something that I didn't notice before. I may have been rushing. I put the blame on me. But due to the fact, remember what I'm about to say, y'all. Due to the fact that I have my right to redress pursuant to the Consumer Bill of Rights. Let me say it again. Due to the fact that I can exercise my right to redress pursuant to my basic consumer rights of 1962, I would like to come forth and make some changes, okay, that will not be harmful for your corporation, but will put me in a better situation. Doesn't that sound better, family? Does that not sound good? Does that not? Give me a 1 if that sounded clear. Give me a 2 if you just like, yo, what are you talking about? That's why I say go read your basic consumer rights, so you can kind of articulate. If you get into that situation, now you can articulate some of your Bill of Rights. Your right to be heard, your right to choose, your right to be informed. So now they can't be like, no, sir, that's not right. Like, what do you mean it's not right? My basic consumer rights isn't right? No, sir, you can't change the contract. Once you change the contract, I understand what your policy is, but my rights tell me I have the right to redress. As long as it's not affecting you, okay, I have the right to redress. Now, if you're saying I can't redress, that's letting me know you would rather me continue to be at a disadvantage. And as the owner, I'm kind of offended by that. Okay, as the owner, I'm kind of offended by that. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, yeah, you got to say I'm highly offended. Okay, I'm highly offended, and and listen to what I'm saying. I'm highly offended, and And the fact that I have capacity to contract, I'm an adult, I kind of feel like y'all are treating me like a minor. I'm going to say it again. I'm highly offended, okay? You're saying that I can't change my contract, and it's my rights are telling me I can. Now I feel like you are treating me like a child. I'm an adult. I have capacity to contract. I'm giving you authorization, okay, to negotiate with me. And y'all gotta remember, I'm also gonna put all this in letter form because everything I say over the phone can't be used against them. Okay, so I'm gonna put all this in letter form. Good. The guy that said they still going to give you some pushback. Of course they are, family. Because y'all not understanding what I'm doing right now. I'm building. That's what I'm saying. A lot of y'all not hearing it. Y'all thinking about, well, but they going to say this. Family, it doesn't matter what they say. I'm building my case. You got to hear the words that I hit them with. I'm an adult. I'm not a minor. I have capacity to contract. I want to exercise my right. I'm setting them up. Okay? You gotta play chess. We're not worried about what they say. Okay? Yeah, we're not worried about what they say. They can say anything. You ever seen somebody in a sport or something, they can't do nothing with them, they can't guard them out, they double team them, they putting 3 people on them, all right, they can't stop them. Like, meaning, that's how I feel. Like, it don't matter what they say. It don't matter what. I'm not even thinking about what they say, to be honest with you, family. I'm just making sure I get off what I need to get off. Okay? Because I got to make sure I do my duties. And once we go to arbitration or we go to court, okay, I can explain, hey, I try to tell them this in the beginning, Your Honor. Okay? I tried to have this conversation. And again, y'all, it's a simple conversation. You really rarely have to bring up a bunch of laws. I have never, let me go ahead and throw this out there. I have never once used the Sestakay Va Act 1666 to get any remedy. Okay? I've never had to bring that up. Never. Okay? It's certain things that y'all say is great, but it's like, like basketball, for instance. It don't matter if you do a bunch of damn moves. If you could just do between the legs and go and get to the rack, yo, do that move. Keep it simple. So many people is saying all this incredible stuff and not scoring. You know how many people say, well, I know the Sestakay Va Act. Well, I know the Bill of Exchange. Well, I read the Federal Reserve. Well, but I just still, yeah, you know all that, but you're not scoring. You know all those moves, but you're not scoring. Manny, which move, what is your go-to move? Okay, I found me a go-to move. My go-to move was the Bill of Exchange Act. Because the Bill of Exchange Act told me that the only way to pay a bill was with interest. Okay? And as I'm reading, I stumbled upon 12 U.S.C. 1431. Okay? 12 U.S.C. 1431. And it talks about the powers and duties of the banks. Okay? The powers and duties of the banks, one of the powers is for them to pay interest. So that's how I connected 12 U.S.C. 1431. Title 12 covers the Banking Act. Okay? Title 12 pulls up the Banking Act. All right? Now, I connected the Banking Act with the Bill of Exchange Act. Because the Bill of Exchange said the only way to pay a bill is with interest. And then the Banking Act says the banks are supposed to pay interest. And I know there's not two interests. You see what I'm saying? So I was able to use my comprehension and link the two. All right, and when you can articulate that along with the contract, you don't got to bring up no Sestakay Va Act at 16. Because what are you mentioning in Sestakay Va Act? Look, somebody just asked me, on every contract, should you let them know you reserve the right to amend the contract? God, as you tell me. Why would you put that on some contracts and not all contracts, guys? Reserving your right to amend the contracts lets them know, hey, you reserved your right. Come on now. No. To me, that's a bad question. No, bossed up. Be bossed up. No. That's a bad question. That's a question that's not thought about. Okay? We got to use our capacity. Yes, if I'm going to do one thing, I'm going to do it to all. Why would I put that on some and not all? Think about it. Okay? Think about it. Do I ask for remedy? What do you mean? What do you mean? Do you ask for remedy? What is the remedy? You can't just say, hey, I want remedy. What is your remedy? What do you want? That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't think people really understand what, and that's why I say, and this is good. These are, even if God is to ask that question, I said that was a bad question. I'm just trying to show y'all. It's great, but I'm trying to show y'all, like, we need to understand what's going on, because we think remedy, I just want all my money back. Family, that's not remedy. The remedy is curing the defect. What was the defect? All right? What was the problem? How did you, what damages did you take from that action? Say, I'm tired of struggling, bro. I mean, I didn't have money. Yeah, I know. We all were struggling. We all struggling, family. Okay? We all right? You got to remember, it's not because of money, though. It's because of information. I guarantee you, if you literally sat down and read some laws every day, because I was being nice. I was like, I look at it about 3 times a week, 4 times. Man, y'all, if you look at if you look at laws, read the acts that we talk about. If you do that every day and don't even give yourself a deadline. Because I know a lot of us say, well, how long should I do this? Yeah, exactly. We've all been struggling for the lack of knowledge. In the good book, it says, we shall perish for the lack of knowledge. That's why it seems like when we get money, we still feel like something missing, because we don't have knowledge. Knowledge brings fulfillment. If you don't have fulfillment and you just have money, you're just going to feel like it's hollow. You're going to be like, damn, something's missing. All right, I feel like I'm not fulfilling my purpose. Yeah, because your purpose isn't to raise cash. That's not your purpose. Your purpose is here to learn things, experience, go through trials and tribulations, build character, see what you can take. All right, see, because a lot of times we can endure way more than what we think. Our first idea is to, that's too hard. Everybody don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because we see people around us doing normal things. And I always say, if you're giving your friend normal advice, you're talking down on your friend. None of us here were sent here to be normal. Okay? I don't think people understand how special it is to go from a sperm to an egg, to be birthed, to have a heartbeat, to have breath, to come out here, to have legs, to have emotions, to get mad, and you think you did all that to go to work. You started so special. You started in the most unexplainable way. Just to do what you're told? Not even do what you're told. Do what somebody advised you to do? Because it's not by law that you got to go get a job. So somebody advised you to go get that. Somebody advised you to go to college. Somebody advised you to go get a career. Somebody advised you. All right, some of y'all think y'all are doing good. Well, I get so many people that tell me, and I feel like y'all forget who y'all be talking to. Don't y'all know I teach people laws, right? So when people tell me, I'm doing good, I got this business, that business, I'm like, yo, you're not doing good. I don't say it all the time, because so many people tell themselves that. Like, I'm doing good, I got a couple business, I'm up right now. Like, you're not up. If the market moves out the way, if something happens to the market, if your job or if your corporation or if anything, if it goes away, what are you going to do? My advice, I don't think none of y'all should send none of y'all kids off to college. None of y'all should send none of y'all kids off the job. They should literally be learning this all the way up to the age of 18. Literally. Use that youth energy. All right, that's why I'm trying to have so many kids. For sure. By the time they're 18, like, it ain't no damn career. Career what? You want to be a doctor or something? Okay. Career what? What? Facts. Folks got 10, folks got 5 degrees and still empty in the inside. It's a lot to learn. When you gonna start? That's the slogan of the day. It's a lot to learn, but when are you gonna start? Because the longer you take to start, the longer it's gonna take to finish. Imagine never starting. These kids can learn all these songs. All right? Literally, the school is teaching them how to learn certain things. Parent, why aren't you teaching them things? You're supposed to be teaching them the private laws. The school teach them public. You're supposed to teach them private. And that's how a kid is supposed to get both. Public information, private information. We're not supposed to look at the public side as bad. I'm just saying, you have to understand there's a public reason and then there's a private reason. The fall comes from when they leave public schools, go home, and you don't even see your kid because you out working. Now your kid know more about school than you. For sure. All right, and I know a lot of y'all kids watch my videos too, so I'm gonna try my best to clean up my language, okay? I'm gonna try my best to clean up my language, okay? Because I know this information is more so valuable to the kids. So when they kind of hear credit, oh man, I can go in any car I want. Oh man, I just gotta learn this information. Now they're not going around the hurdles that we had to go around, like getting a job or, oh damn, I had to go figure this out. Now it's figured out for them. We can make the next generation that much simpler. I know I'm gonna make it easy for my kids. All right, my kids not gonna know what it's like having a boss. They're just not gonna know what that's like. And for some of y'all that say, well, I want my kid to work, and well, that's because you did that. No, you ain't never seen no king and queen or no boss, no CEO say, yo, I'm gonna have my son work or my daughter work so they can understand the value. If anything, they go work for the family business. You see what I'm saying? Somebody said how to attain private law. Well, I would go to Google and type in private equity. I would type in private interest laws or, yeah, private equity laws. Do I have any spots for my mentorship open? Yes, still got some spots left. Yes. Yeah, for sure. That's just not what I'm teaching my kids, family. It's other ways how you can teach a kid hard work, and it's not sending them to a job, okay? Now, if you want to show them what it's like to be on that level, because they might have people that work for them, then okay, cool, okay? But I just feel like there's other ways to... That's like sending your kid to a rough-ass school so they can see what it's like to be rough. You know what I'm saying? That's dumb to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get you don't want your kid to be a cupcake. I get you. Alright, but it's like, nah. If you can hold them away from the negatives, alright, please do. Alright? Set them up best you can. Not spoil them, but set them up best you can. Definitely with this information. Okay, but back to contract, because I wanted to say this before I left. Alright, y'all got to remember, like back to the speech that I was giving. Y'all remember when I was saying, hey, I don't feel comfortable, I feel offended that you're treating me like a minor when I'm an adult. I'm saying all this on the phone. I'm also saying this in letter form. Okay? I'm saying it in letter form. Okay? Now, do y'all remember when I said you're treating me like a child, a minor, when I'm an adult? Did y'all know? Did y'all see what I just did there? Got weed all in my nails. Y'all see what I just did there? Y'all see what I just did there? I just triggered discrimination without even saying it. Y'all didn't catch it. I'll say it again. When I said I'm offended, because remember, if they say, well, you can't do that, I'm going to say, well, I'm offended because you're treating me like a minor when I'm expressing to you that I'm an adult. I just said I just let them know that they're offending me because they're treating me like a child when I'm an adult. That's the claim. Discrimination. Discrimination of age. Boom. I can't give you legal advice, but I'm just telling you how you got to kind of look at this, man. You got to have some comprehension. You got to be able to dominate a conversation. You got to be able to negotiate. You can't get mad. You can't be like, man, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Nah, you don't know what you're talking about. That's what's going on. Because if you knew what you was talking about, you would have remedy. You're the one that got to prove yourself. They don't got to prove anything to you. All right? They get off at 5 o'clock. They don't give a damn about you. This is your life. This is their job. That's the difference. They're not going to treat it like it's their life. This is their job. They don't care whether you get it or not. To be honest with you. Because as soon as you get it, it ain't like everybody in the damn company know, hey, Roger Banks just got remedy for not, man, nobody knows. You see what I'm saying? So yes, we got the age of majority. As soon as I said that, I just triggered discrimination. Now if I get this in letter form, okay, I'm going to put this in letter form and saying the same thing. Now I'm going to use that for evidence for discrimination of age. Because I just told them they treat me like a kid when I'm an adult. How are they treat me like a kid? They're not letting me exercise my right to redress. They're not giving me my right to be heard. And they're giving me misinformation when I have the right to be informed. And again, I can't give you legal advice. I'm just kind of showing you what it looks like. If that's a disclaimer, that's definitely my disclaimer. Yes, for sure. Okay. So now y'all kind of see what it kind of takes to be able to identify a violation, fam. If you can't articulate it, you don't know what's going on. I get on the phone with a couple of y'all say this, say that, but when y'all get to articulate, y'all get stuck. I'm like, exactly, you didn't know what was going on. Remember, if you can't articulate it, if you can't have a conversation about it without stopping up and going to your notes, you're not ready to send anything off, fam. I don't know why is that so hard for people? Don't send anything out. You know if you know how to sue or go to arbitration. 9 out of 10 of those that send things out do not know. Y'all are trying to try this. Y'all trying to learn as you go. And if you're going to do that, it's cool. But stop expecting you're about to get remedy right away. You got to understand you're learning as you go. So you're going to be hitting way more obstacles than somebody that's taking their time. Yeah, I know y'all be fighting them employees. What's your employee ID number? Knowing damn well you ain't going to go sue that employee individually. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's... what you gonna do with that employee, man? I got a whole book of employee numbers, ain't did nothing with them. We be saying that to try to make them scared. Like, man, they just be like, okay, well, my number is 715-346. All right, you have a good day, sir. Like, because who has sued an employee and has won? Is anybody over here that sued an employee at a job? Because all the employee got to do is say they was doing their jobs. That's why you can't really sue a cop individually. You see what I'm saying? Somebody say, why wouldn't we waste time speaking over the phone? Well, I thought the same thing. All right. But that's why I say that the over the phone is just so you can articulate to somebody in office, okay, what you're trying to do and doing it in a respectable manner. That's why I say, of course, we're going to send a letter because you know that's the only communication that count is letters. All right. But I know some folks that are getting some very good leadway through the phone by having kindness, by being informative, and by being generous. Okay, literally. All right, literally. Okay, so of course you don't want to just rely on the phone, correct? Okay, but if you can articulate yourself by asking questions on the phone, because that's their job, to get on that phone to ask questions. All right, so we're gonna get on that phone, ask questions like, hey, I was reading my contract and I noticed a couple things in the contract that I didn't notice before. Okay, I'm just trying to see what are the steps I can make to go ahead and redress some of those terms. The type of redress that I want to do will not be harmful of the corporation. It will only put me in a better situation. Okay? Now, if they say, well, sir, you can't change the contract, I'm going to say, well, I understand that's your policy, and I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job. I'm just letting you know by law, I have the right to redress my contract pursuant to the bill, my basic consumer rights, which was passed in 1962. One of those rights was my rights to be my right to redress. Also is my right to be heard. Okay, so I'm trying to understand. So I understand that you're saying your policy is this. Is there a department that you can get me to that can better have this discussion about the contract? Because I understand I have my right to be heard, and I have some things that I want to talk about. Now, what is the only way they can go? Two ways. They can say, well, sorry, sir, you can't redress your contract. Then I'm going to say, okay, well, now now we're kind of entering grounds of violations. I'm not feeling like I'm being heard right now. You're saying I can't redress my contract, which isn't a direct violation of my basic consumer rights. Okay, now remember, y'all, we're saying all this over the phone, but we're going to have to put it in writing, always. For sure. I'd rather you put this in writing rather than be on the phone, but I'm just saying, you'll get on the phone anyway, but get on the phone. I mean, you don't send it off anyway, but get on the phone. Okay? All right? Because they could give you to a department, right, that could literally give you an email, and you start conversing with someone in the executive department, someone with customer relations, and I've seen people get remedy that way. Okay? But again, they was able to articulate themselves. They was able to have a comprehension, all right, and they was able to get remedy results, all right. So again, we're saying anytime they say no, we can't do that, and then now we can say, well, right now I feel like you're treating me like a child. I'm the owner of this account, and you're basically not hearing anything or any of my instructions or any of my considerations. Okay. Now, the fact you're not considering any of my consideration, I feel like you're treating me like a minor. I have capacity to contract. I'm an adult, and I would highly appreciate it if you stop treating me like a minor. You know, that's a warning. And if they keep saying, sorry, sir, we can't, it's like, okay, now that's discrimination, family. That's discrimination, family. Exactly, family. I already know. Once you start articulating yourself different, they're going to treat you different. Y'all got to remember, at first we was talking like babies. Give me my money. I don't want to use cash. HJR 192 said I don't got to. You know what I'm saying? We sound like kids. All right, but being able to articulate ourselves, being able to articulate our letters, because they're going to call us. After we send our letters, all right, right before we get our results, they're going to call us. Just to try to pick our brains. Every time. Okay? Alright, so yeah, y'all, I'm going to leave this live up because we talked about a damn sure a lot, okay? I got to go in there and get my baby some fruits, alright? You picking out the dough, I got to go. Alright, so make sure y'all tap in. I do got the mentorship available. I do have classes available for those that want a kind of a VIP study approach to it. In my classes, I have 4 classes right now. One class called Benefits of Being a Tenant. It literally shows you the benefits of being a tenant when you start reading your lease. All right, you literally start seeing that there are certain rights that you can claim and exercise in your lease. In that class, we go over different states. You might see your state in there that we go over. Okay, I will go grab that. I also have a Benefits of Reading Your Contract class that goes over all contracts, but we specifically go over car contract and shows how in a CarMax contract it specifically says this is a security interest. The security interest can be used to cover all debts owed. It literally says that. Okay, if you grab that class, you can see that for yourself. I also have a class called Endorse and Enforce Reloaded. It shows you step by step how to properly endorse any and every bill. Okay. Lastly, I have a class called a beginner course for anybody. It's not just for beginners, for anybody that doesn't have a basic understanding of the laws that they need to know to understand the consumer credit transaction. So in that beginner course, we go over like 5 different acts: Federal Reserve Act, Bill of Exchange Act, Sestakane Act of 1666. We go over the Banking Act. We go over the Constitution. Okay, no documentation, just me sitting back reading the laws to you and breaking it down to you, just like I did on this live right now. That's pretty much what I do in my classes, but I also show you the exact readings where it's at. So that's the only difference between these lives. Right now you can get all my classes together, because you get all 4 of those. Each one of my classes is like 7 hours each. Okay, 7 hours each. So that's almost 30 hours of information, rights information, okay? Lawful information, okay? So again, if you grab all of them, family, you're good to go, all right? You can get all those in a bundle deal of $450 right now. Link is in my bio, all right? Or you can get them individually, all right? My beginner course is $50. That's my lowest cost of class right now is $50. You can go grab that just so you can kind of see what's in store. Okay, now my highest end class right now is my September mentorship. Okay, that is $2,000. All right, but we meet personally, not personally, but online 3 times a week, 3 hours a day, which is roughly around 10 hours a week. So which is gonna be around 30 hours for the month. All right, so y'all do the math. Okay, 30 hours a month, we're going over how to file taxes. We're going over how to properly endorse your bill, how to properly build a case, how to properly go through arbitration, okay? And a couple of surprise things I got in the store as well, okay? So for those that are already tapped in, we will be having a meeting at the end of this month, probably on the 30th. I think that's a Saturday. We're going to come to a meeting. I'm going to send a message to all mentees. All right, through the email that you use with Eventbrite. Y'all should know what I'm talking about. All right, and tell y'all what time we're going to meet so we can go over the schedule for September. Right now, we do not have a schedule. The schedule will not be given out until we all meet as a whole and kind of go over whether we want to do days, nights, weekends, weekdays. Okay, just so we can get a vote in. All right, my mentorship is not in person. I haven't had an in-person mentorship yet. But that's what I've been thinking about, and for sure, it's going to be in Miami. Okay, for sure. I will have an in-person mentorship, probably 5 days straight. Okay, all week type thing. Might get might get a couple of Airbnbs, put folks in, and yeah. So we're gonna do something huge for sure. But right now we have the online mentorship. Okay, it's $2,000 and it's 30 hours with me in September. Okay, again, we're going over how to properly file your taxes, how to properly endorse your bill, any and every bill, by the way. Okay, how to properly build your court case, and how to properly handle arbitration. Okay, and again, y'all, it's some more information that I'm saving that I ain't gonna say. I'm only gonna let the folks in the mentorship know. All right, because it's some, whew, okay. All right, I got something up my sleeve for those that's in the mentorship. Okay, just know that. I do have a couple of more spots left, but we are really almost at full capacity. But yeah, those that are interested, go into the link in my bio. Click September mentorship. Yeah, it's gonna say free to sign up. Okay, but you have to Zelle over your payment, Zelle or Cash App, whichever is good for you. All right, we're gonna go from there. New York is my next in-person event. We're gonna do New York at the end of October, so meet us in New York. Okay, 100 goes 100 lost, and going to New York. Wait a minute, that don't sound right. They gonna think I'm snitching or something like that. I'm gonna have to reword that or something. Okay, yeah, I'll reword that. But yeah, we're gonna be in New York. Okay, October, end of October, we in New York. Tap in, family, tap in. All right, get to wear my coat. Okay, I might throw a nice ass suit on. Okay, I'm feeling suity. Okay, I'm feeling like I'm being a Soup Bowl. Okay. All right, let's get it. All right, no, $450 is for all my classes online. Okay, the New York class, we haven't came to a price, but it's not gonna be no more than 100, 120. I will never do my in-persons more than that. All right, but yeah, spots in Vegas in August. Zimian21. Said, do I think spots are going to be available August 30th? That's when I get paid. Oh, you good, bro. When you ready, let me know. You good, bro. You be asking me some good questions, man. I like you, family. All right, so yeah, just let me know when you ready, and should I make a spot for you? Don't worry. Price for the spot, like, see, you know what I'm saying? I haven't geared that yet for the in-person in Miami, but I'm definitely going to do that first. That'll be my very first in-person mentorship. Okay, but we haven't went over that yet. That's to come. Yeah, if y'all attended the child support class with me and Dev Hawk, y'all was supposed to get all my classes free. Y'all received a code, okay? Y'all remember, y'all gotta go send your email, go to your spam or your junk mail. We sent an email that each individual person received a code. Okay, you're supposed to use that code to go to my page, go to the bundle, and that checkout, use that code is gonna make the price go to 0, and that's how you're gonna have access to all my classes. Now, if you don't have those, fam, we sent them, fam. We can't keep sending codes. You know, some people trying to get trickery, trying to have me send another code so they can get that code out. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know some of y'all are really having issues with the code, but it's, you know, it's like, so many people received it, so it's like, how are so many people not receiving when we did a blast email? Y'all gotta just remember. So just try to see if you got the email. Try to look again. All right, if you didn't find it, okay, then come back. But please, family, please be looking for it. Please don't just be those folks. I checked, I can't say. Please, I can't stand people like that. You know what I'm saying? Just dig a little bit. Okay, nothing grind my gears more than somebody that's terrible at looking for something. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you are, but we just deal with a lot of people that's, you know, we tell them go look. They be like, oh my God, I found it, thank you. And it's like they go run off and do what, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing, like, yo, you just strung us along this whole damn time. It was in your email the whole damn time. Like, come on, y'all, we ain't got time to waste like that. All right, so just imagine 100 people saying, I ain't got it, I can't find it. Now we got to go back. Oh, y'all, it's just a lot, family. All right, so if you can, go back through it, look on the email, and it's not just y'all that's saying it, it's a bunch of folks, you know what I'm saying, that may say, hey, I didn't see it, I didn't receive it. I'm about to go. He playing right here. Yeah, he playing right here, so I'm about to get him. But we out, y'all. Tap in with the courses if you're interested. If you're not interested in investing in any money, that's fine. Start from the top of my page, work down, or start from the bottom, work up. I have tons of free hours of information that you can literally sit back, relax, take notes, learn from. Family, this information is free. My time just isn't. Okay, y'all, with that being said, y'all, peace, love, happiness. Make sure y'all do y'all due diligence, and I'll see y'all at the next class. Peace.